All right, what's up, guys? This is our first podcast on our untitled podcast, we'll call it right now. We're still determining a name for it right now, but we were actually just talking about different types of tobacco in which we use and talking about our hatred for Grizzly Mint.
Use and have used.
Used and have used, I should say, yeah. And we're talking about our hatred for Grizzly Mint and how Jeff has to be at least 6 feet away, like COVID, away from it.
Just FYI, I'm Jordan. Kale's the one talking to you. Jeff's got the glasses on.
Yeah. You want to chew?
Yeah,
Grizz,
dude.
man, you better put a mask on, dude.
Dude, I'm shocked at the fact that you don't like mint. Like that's just mine.
I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the amount of like whatever you want to call it, fiberglass, whatever it is. I don't feel like it hits the same as like a regular long cut.
No, dude, and Grizzly, I never liked Grizzly because I think it's too fine cut. Whereas like Copenhagen, like that thing, like it's slumped together and it stayed in your lip and it stayed in pieces. Whereas like I've had Grizzly, like when we've gone out to the field and stuff together. Which, by the way, for those that don't know, myself, Jordan, and Jeff here have all served together in the United States Marine Corps and the artillery together. So when we say things like going to the field, that's when we were out and shooting the gun. But when we were out in the field and I would not have any tobacco or I'd run out because I did that all the time. I never prepared enough. I would get somebody's Grizzly, dude, and it was like,
mooch?
Yeah, no, straight up. I was a mooch for a few field ops. We've all done it. Hey, man, hard times.
Yeah.
Military cutbacks.
Hey, you know why I'm saying that, right?
Why?
Because that guy with the glasses over there is the biggest mooch. Hey, man, come over, Diff. Yeah, Diff. I know it's day 8 and you only packed a can, bro. I got you.
Yeah, man. It was rough, man. Dude, see, when I think about this, I'm like, man, those are like optimal times to just quit, like just to be done.
Dude, that's literally, okay, so like boot camp, just think about boot camp. 3 months, bro, nothing. And what did I do the first day that I got out?
Oh, bro, I wanted a cigarette so bad.
I went and bought a can.
I actually remember being at, when we went to Camp Pendleton for phase 2, and we were at the shooting range, and we could smell the drill instructor smoking in that little hut that's in between all, like, both sides of the shooting base. Dude, I smelled that cigarette, and I was like, I cannot wait to get a cigarette in my lungs the day that I am graduated.
Dude, when I talk to people about nicotine, man, like, I'm just like, you know those people like from high school that were like, oh yeah, I smoked a Camel Crush when I was out partying or whatever, and I'm like, no, dude, you don't understand, bro, Poppy. I was freaking smoking cartons in high school, bro. Like, I'm not even kidding. My dad would go to the reservation or whatever, and he'd come back and he'd be like, oh, I got you a carton, and it was always like Pall Mall Blues, and so it was nothing ever really good. But I was like that kid that had like, dude, I had cigs, man. Like I was the cig guy.
Hey, did you the ones we had in Afghanistan? Do you remember those?
No, I was actually yacked up in Afghanistan, dude. I went over there like
the can of dip that they had over there,
dude. It
was like fine, like almost like a pollen, bro.
Are you talking about?
It tasted like
I remember
trash.
The Longhorn Wintergreen. Was that it?
Oh, that was real big. The other one that was real big was the whiskey blend.
No, the Longhorn was it was. I think I'm saying it right, man. Like, cause I remember we were in Fiddlers, bro. We got a bunch of care packages, and these care packages had socks and a bunch of expired dip, and I was like, wow, man, like, and it was no, dude. I went to Afghanistan with enough tobacco that I was ready to die, dude. Like, I was like, yeah, dude, I got enough. I got enough for about 2 years, bud, So I was good.
Yeah.
But I remember there was guys, that were like, dude, we'd barely put boots on the ground, and it was like, hey, bro, can I get a cig? And I'm like, whoa, dude, we got a minute, like
better take one hit, bro, for the 3 weeks.
Yeah, you better. This cig better last you 34 hours, dude, because it's gonna be a long night, buddy. Like, and you're just like, and man, who was it? I don't remember who it was, but yeah, dude, I went over there just ready, carton of smokes, I think I went 2 cartons and a and a roll of chew. But we got that Longhorn. So I'll tell you what, man, I thought that all was gonna last, until I realized I was still burning like a pack a day, like a pack a day and a can a day or whatever. And I was just like, man, I'm not rationing these out at all,
So like non-military related though, like, do you feel because of stress or the environment you were in that you use tobacco more?
It's anxiety, man. I battle with anxiety all the time, dude. So like, for me, it's
same.
It's dude, I just had this conversation this morning with my buddy I went shed hunting with. I told him it's like medicinal for me, man. Like, some people take Tylenol or some people take Zoloft or Suboxone, like I would chew, and
yeah,
or smoke, right? But then I met my wife and she was like, yo, you gotta stop. After, dude, I'll tell you, it was, dude, funny story, man. So like I meet my wife, like one of the first times like we hang out with her, or I hang out with her. I'm like, hey, I smoke, by the way. Hopefully that's not a deal killer. And she's like, no, I don't mind it. All right, cool. So then it wasn't like I would smoke 1 or 2 cigarettes around her, right? I was puffing all day, dude, like all the time. We'd be out fishing or something, and I'm just back to back, just chain smoking them, right?
Just toking it up.
Just lighting the next one with the one before. Just
right.
Put that lip ring too, man.
Yeah, dude.
Man, these fish are biting, and so was this nicotine.
Yeah, she never had an issue with it though, right? Or never said she had an issue with it. And because I think she was saying that other than like when she would kiss me, she couldn't really tell that I smoked. Like, because I was like pretty cautious of the way that I smoked, right? Like the way I held my cigarettes, I held it to where like the smoke wasn't like setting on my skin, And when I drove, I'd hold that sucker on the window, right? Because I don't want my rig smelling like smoke, right? I've been in guys that, dude, I don't know if you guys have met people like this, dude. Like, they're like windows cracked like that much, dude. And they're smoking a hot ass cigarette in that thing, right? Like, and their windows like, dude, just a little crack, and they're just trying to. And I'm like, dude, you might as well just be smoking with the dang windows up, man. At that point, But anyway, so I quit smoking, right? And that was honestly probably the best thing I could have done for myself physically, right? But then I'd like really. You know how it is, man. Like nicotine users, it's like you're smoking one day, then you give your lungs a break, and then you're chewing, and then you give your lip a break because it's freaking raw or whatever, right? And you go back to smoking, and it's just a ever revolving door of which one you're doing at what time. So then I just like fully committed to chewing, but then like the chewing became an issue, man. Like she was like, "Oh man, you always have like grit in your teeth, And I was like, well. It don't smell as bad as a cigarette,
guy.
Yeah. And so then I went to Copenhagen pouches, man. And those are a low-key life changer, man. Like, but went to Copenhagen pouches, did those for a while. Then like Zins came out, and then I pretty much tried like every artificial pouch I could try, But Zins were like a problem, dude. Like, bro, when
I remember you told me you were like falling asleep with them.
Dude, fall asleep with him in, dude. Like, you're telling me I'm going to church with a sucker in the top deck, bud? Like, it's bad, dude. Like,
what's up, everybody?
Dude, like,
I'm on cloud nine over here.
Dude, I'm packed behind the stash, dude, going to church, right? And like, you can't, like, that's bad, man. That's really bad. I don't recommend that. But the thing was, like,
so you've been nicotine free, you said, since hunting?
Since November, yeah. Yeah,
dude. That's
wild, I feel like
so what are you doing? What do you do to fill the void? Like, what are you doing to fill that void of?
Sour Patch
so you're getting like some.
You never played Xbox with this dude? Tell him about your sunflower fiasco you had going on.
Sunflower seeds, peach rings.
Dude, no. He's got to dive deeper into this. This fool. Him and I were playing Xbox, and he was spitting sunflower seeds on what was it? A cardboard box?
A pizza box.
Oh my god!
Pizza box.
Mind you, my wife is gone for the weekend. Right, leaves me home by myself, so I'm gonna starve if I don't order Domino's pizza. Right. So then I order me a Domino's pizza, and I'm like, dude, I got all these great things to like enjoy a good night of Xbox, right? I had a Celsius, dude. Like I had a Celsius, which was right there. I had peach rings, sunflower seeds, and like some gummy bright crawlers or whatever, And I'm ready to rip, dude. And so I start nipping into these freaking sunflower seeds. And next thing I know, I'm spitting on the floor. And I'm like, oh my God, I have nothing. So then I look around. I'm like, what's the closest thing to me? And I'm like, well, I just bodied that medium pizza right there for $5.99 from Domino's. It's got to be that, And so then I just like flopped the pizza box open. And dude, it's just a scattered. Do we have this picture still? Jordan, do you still have this picture? It's a scattered mess, dude, of seeds everywhere.
Oh,
and I'm just, dude, I'm loving life, dude. Like I'm in it to win it, man. Like it was quite possibly one of my greatest moments. But no, it has to be like something sour. So sour, it was whatever sour was. That was what was getting me through, man. And honestly, like sunflower seeds work, dude. But those are actually like, cause I put them up like here, up in my lip up here when I eat them. And dude, I'll eat those for like half a day, and the whole inside of my face is raw because I'm like really addicted personality, right? So like once I start getting going on the seeds, then I'm just on them, dude. Like I'm just on them like hardcore. And so like I just eat my cheek raw,
What flavor?
Hey, hold on. I found it.
You found it? Dude.
Jeff. Bro. What the hell, dude?
See the amount?
Dude, did your wife see that?
No, yeah, she does now.
No, she goes through my phone and looks at my pictures because I take a lot of pictures of my kids, and she saw that, and she's like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
So what flavor of seeds too? I got to know this because many people like different things, but
ranch.
Yeah, a boy.
It's got to be the ranch, man. Or
it's got to be the ranch.
Me and Jordan talked about this the day I was actually getting sunflower seeds. Like, it's ranch or dill pickle, dude. Like that's
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people call me like crazy up here, like because I like dill pickle. Like I like dill pickle like chips and sunflower seeds, dude. There's a restaurant up here that has dill pickle like seasoned fries. Spot on, dude. Dude, that's my go-to right there. And there's a lot of people that call me weird.
I'm not bullshitting. I have the gallon of the Biggs dill pickle sunflower seeds in my truck at all times. As soon as it's empty, I'm buying another one that day.
Why are you on so much reserve, dude? You should have bought like 5 of them.
Because that one bag will last me literally probably like 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. You need 5 of them. Actually, no, you need 2 of them so you can get through the month.
No, I'm like a big believer that if you leave sunflower seeds in your vehicle and it gets hot, that the flavor goes away.
Yeah, because they get wet. It's like the condensation, man. It's nasty.
Yeah, it just like it dries them out, and there's like it almost just tastes like it's burnt. But yeah, I'm on like I don't know 6 months straight of just dill sunflower seeds.
Dude, them things.
I don't even know what it is.
I know what you mean too, Jeff. When you said like your lip gets raw, because I had one day where I just did sunflower seeds like all day, and like I went home and dude, my mouth was tore up.
Dude, so here was my problem with like finding the alternatives to the deed, right? Was I remember when I first wanted to quit smoking, I went into like a vape shop, man, and I never vaped before, and I want to say this was still quite around the time that like mods were a big thing, right? Where like they freaking got a clip in it, battery pack on my freaking vape, right? And so like I go in there, I'm like, hey man, like I don't want to blow my leg off, dude. So like just if we could not put the lithium ion battery in my pocket, that'd be great, like or whatever it was. I don't know if that was correct or not, but I was like, I don't want one of those big mods, man. I don't want to have a holster for the sucker, I don't want that. And
a holster for
I was like, but if we got like something kind of low key, man, right? Like I was like, I want something kind of low key, maybe that resembles a cigarette or something, like And I was like, I want it to be the same, but not the same. He's like, yeah, man, I can't help you out there. He's like, you're literally, you're trying to take the vapors from an oil, no matter how hot you get that, it's not going to feel the same as smoke, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, but it should be all the same. You're inhaling it, right? Like, well, no, the vapor is way more moist, right? And the cigarette burning is more hot and dry.
I hate that word.
Yeah. And so like,
oh, you're one of those people that doesn't like that word. So what do you use instead?
It was wet, dude. It was wet. Damp.
Nah, there's a difference between the two, though. We're not
damp and moist are very, very similar.
Damp and moist is, yeah, I'll give you that. But it's like damp. It's like, I don't know, man. Whatever.
Anyways, continue with this.
I don't mind it. Yeah. So, anyways, I was like, I don't know if you guys understand.
Yeah, Jordan, you're out.
I'm trying to like explain this to somebody, right? Where I'm like, when I smoke a cigarette, right, and I inhale that, and you get like that full feeling in your lungs, right?
The first hit of the cigarette.
I wanted that, and he was like, "Huh? Yeah, I don't know." Anyway, so he sold me this. He sold me this vape, right? And it was a smock something or another, And it was a smock, SMOK, right? That was the brand, and it was actually pretty legit, man. I actually did not mind it, but I felt like I was using that more than I was smoking, and that's how it was with the fake vapes or whatever, those like Elf bars or the whatever. I mean, Jordan, we probably tried freaking 24 of those things, Yeah, and with those things, and even like Zins or whatever, man, it was like, dude, I found that I was doing the alternatives at more of a rate than I was doing the actual like smoking and chewing, like it went from me doing, habit. Dude, if I had to chew, I mean, let's be realistic, man. Like a can of chew, man. I mean, I could really make a can last me 2 days if I had to,
For sure, especially like when you're in the Marine Corps and on a budget.
Yeah, I mean, because I wasn't the guy that freaking, lopped a freaking turd in my mouth, right? And just that's a waste to chew, man. Like, I just put a decent pack in there, and then like chew that, and like I would keep it in for like longer than 45 seconds, like a lot of guys I see like put a chew in and then are, like until they get a little buzzy and they're like, all right, flick that thing out, and I'm like, oh, disrespect, man.
Hey,
I almost go like pick it up off the ground. Like, oh, let me get that for you, man. You must have dropped that,
Put that back in your pocket, bro.
Yeah, put the back in your can. You gotta use that later. So like, I could milk them out. If I was having a day, man, it was a can a day. But most of the time a can could last me every 2 days. Zins, dude.
Oh yeah, they're gone.
Two packs a day, dude. Like, because I'm doubling up every time, and they're like, I'm 2 at a time, and it's back to back. The minute I take them out, I'm putting other ones in,
That's why I like the Rogues, because I didn't have to do that. Like the Rogue was like, it was almost like a mind game for me when I did the Rogue, because the Rogue was like, okay, dude, this is like filling.
Like a pouch.
Yeah, it felt like a pouch, and it was like enough to where like I was like, okay, this is like a normal pinch that I put in. But it didn't have the bite that I wanted from Zen. And so like if there was a company that could make like a Rogue style pouch but bite like a Zen, bro, they're taking over the market for anybody that's like me.
Dude, I told you with those Rogues, it was all about comfort level for me, man. Like those are just the most comfortable pouch and lip out of all of them, dude.
For sure,
like
yeah.
That thing was so awesome though. The thing, I don't remember if it was like Zins or the Rogues, or maybe it was like another one, because they had like the Ons and there's a couple other ones. But dude, when I decided I was gonna quit was because, dude, I was peeling white skin out of my lips, dude. Like it'd be so raw in my lip, dude, that I'd be like, no, I'm like, what the heck is that? I feel like something hanging up there, I reach back, I pull out, dude, it'd be white skin out of my mouth, and I'm like,
Yeah,
didn't hurt, and I think it was like the callus, like that. It was I would just chew through the callus or whatever.
Wait, are you saying that's not normal?
If it was, bro, that's why I'm done with it, man. Like, shoot,
that's. I feel like even when I dip, that happens.
Yeah, no, dude, man. No, when I dipped or like had a pouch in or anything tobacco related, that I still sometimes even get it with like a Zyn. If I'm like constantly popping Zyns in, I'll see like the outer layer of my gum, and I'll be like, oh crap, like I should probably cool back on the Zyns today and maybe hit my vape.
Oh man, yeah, dude. Like I never got it with like the Copenhagen pouch. Well, I started getting when I went to pouches, dude. I never had that because I felt like with chew, right, it cuts up your lip, right, and that's essentially how you get the nicotine delivered to your system, right? Is it the little fiberglass chunks or whatever cut your lip up or whatever? That's why it hurts so much like the first time you do it after like a long time. And so like I would like feel like with like regular chew, it would just callus up, and then I'd feel nothing, and then like when I went to those Zins, I don't know if it was like the pouch or maybe it was just, I don't know, maybe it was just the capacity at what I was doing them, that it was, dude, like we're talking like chunks of this white stuff, man. I would just be pulling out of my mouth like daily, because you know how your fingers,
that can't be good.
How your fingers like get like when they're wet and they get all like wrinkly, dude.
Like if you're using wet, not moist.
Yeah, I would pull my lip up right like this, and I'd look, and my gums way up in the pocket up there would look like that.
Dude, that's not good, bro.
Yeah, so dude, I was like, yeah, dude, that's it for me, man. Like I'm done.
But how hard whenever you're like, okay, I'm done, how hard was it for you to be like not fighting the urge to go just buy a can on the way to work or buy a can on the way home?
Still to this day I have that urge, dude. Like it doesn't get any easier, man. Like what the heck? Like especially if I get in like, dude, especially if like work's the one that really drives me to want to do it, because I feel like, man, and this is so relatable to a lot of people, but like I just feel like I work with some stupid dudes, right? And they're all really good guys, man. Like all my guys, like it's just like sometimes they just rub me the wrong way, and it's a completely a me issue, but with like not having that like vice anymore, like not having that ability to pop a chew in and just kind of chill out for a minute, right? Because like for me it wasn't like nicotine wasn't ever a status thing for me, man. It was never like, oh, I'm doing this to look a certain way or be a certain way. Like I did it because I truly believed that it kept me a certain way, So when you get to that mental point where you're like, all right, man, like this is my medicine, it's incredibly hard to quit at that point. You can't just
for sure, yeah,
pull off of that and be like, oh man, because like now you have to rewire your whole brain, your whole schematic of the way you deal with issues. Dependent. You now have to depend on something else, man. And so for me, it was just one of those issues where I was like, all right, well, like there's nothing stronger than willpower, right? So how strong is your willpower if you can't say no?
Right.
And so I was like, I'm not going to be weak because of whatever, and I'm not saying that people that do it are weak, because like really in the past week, I've really been struggling with it, talking about, man, I'll just buy a can and do it, like when I'm out fishing or out hunting for sheds or out whatever, like that's when I'll chew, but I just know that I can't even welcome that idea, because the minute I take that first one, I'm like, well, all right, well, I'm not quit anymore, like might as well just get back into it for a couple months and enjoy it, like,
dude, no, he's preaching right now. That's true.
No, he is. Yeah,
because it's the same thing too with anything, dude. Like willpower, like you give up a little bit. For us as people, like with those types of things, with like addictive products, you give us an inch, we're gonna stretch that a mile, and it goes a long ways. It's the same thing with weight loss, dude. Like right now, like people are always like the other day we had free pizza at work. They bought us pizza, and I was just like, nope. I brought my meal
That's
prep, and
just
I'm gonna
dirty.
eat that. Yep, I brought my meal prep, and I'm like, I'm gonna eat that. And then everybody's like, oh, come on, just get, you got free two free pieces, and like you just eat them. And I said, no, like I'm on a strict diet. I'm doing good. Like and they're like, it's not gonna kill you. I'm like, yeah, but it's a good start. And
Yeah.
then I just walked away, and I was like, give my 2 pieces to someone else. I don't care. So give it to somebody else. They ended up having like 4 extra pieces or like pizzas left, and I was like, there you go. See, I didn't even need to eat.
Yeah, no, I mean 100%. Yeah, I mean, like you said, willpower is willpower, but like I know even like for Jeff, like he's like 100% sober now too. So like imagine being like so in depth with like running nicotine through your veins and then like, having a beer ski after work and then just cold turkey and everything. Like
It's
you want to talk
cold.
about willpower, that's willpower.
Dude,
Cold,
dude,
bro.
Jeff, I will give you props, brother. Like for having to do that, man. You're a better man than I, because I'm not big into alcohol. Like I like my beer and I like whiskey every now and then. I love tequila, but I'm not like coming home and having a beer or two. Like I only drink at like I'm a social drinker, so I'll only drink when I'm around like friends or going out to an event. And then, but nicotine, dude. Since I went from education from teaching like 45 students, and I was stressed out with that, so I constantly had to dip in. And then now I'm in charge of a machine shop with over 110 machines that each of them cost over $500,000 to $1 million a piece.
Who do you think
And
you are, Elon Musk?
I guess, dude.
Mr.
And then
Tesla himself.
I've got 33 on day shift alone that I report to, or they report to me. And then I've got a few weekend people, and I also do the schedules for the night shift crew, which is also 28 people.
So you're saying since you switched professions that your nicotine level has increased or decreased?
It's actually decreased because I quit.
So your job got less stressful.
Oh, no.
So stress has nothing to do with it then?
It has a lot to do with it, actually. But I have, like what Jeff was saying, willpower. Like, have I thought about when I go in the mornings, instead of buying Zen, buying me a can of Copenhagen? Absolutely. Have I thought about buying a pack of Marlboro Southern Cuts because a lot of my coworkers smoke, and I go out with them? Absolutely. But I know my limitations, and I don't have any when it comes to nicotine. Like if I start.
So sidebar here. Do you think that I mean, similar to alcohol, do you think like any tobacco product is like based off your surroundings? Like if somebody else is doing it, you're more likely to do it?
Yeah, that's actually a good point. And I actually had some coworkers when I was in, working at the college, that they only smoked because the rest of their coworkers smoked. So when we would take our breaks, they would go out with them, and they started smoking. Not because they wanted to or they had to, it was something to do. So
I feel like that's how the Marine Corps was for a lot of people. That's like,
yes,
I'm not trying to like talk trash about the Marine Corps at all, but I'm almost like at the point where like I knew people, that I grew up with or whatever, and I'm not even just talking about the Marine Corps, just the military and the whole, like, is as one. I knew people in high school that didn't do that, but they went to the Army, they went to the Navy, they went to the Air Force, they went to the Marine Corps, and now they use tobacco or did, while they were in. So based off of like what you're saying and what I understand, that almost like a stressful environment that is supported by people that have a habit like that is encouraging to those that are around them.
Yeah, and it's like Jeff was saying, like Jeff, I struggle with anxiety too. I struggle with depression. Like that is two of the things that I carry on my back every day. And nicotine also helps me out a lot with that and keeping me calm. So like I was actually talking with Jeff before we started this, and we were talking about like, think about when we went to the gun park, right? Everybody just smoked and dipped because like we would get the work done, and we just sit around sometimes and just wait for word. Same thing, waiting for formation. And then when we got done with formation, what did we do after that? Well, we went back to the barracks and we went to the smoke pit and we just smoked because everybody else was doing the same thing. Because the people that we hung out with, such as ourselves, were all smokers. So it's like, if you saw me walking towards a smoke pit after work and I lit up a cigarette, you two would come along and light up a cigarette. Be like, well, I was hanging out with Schiller tonight anyway, so like, let's just light up.
No, like I 100% agree with that. Like I work with 6 different guys, right? And out of those 6 different guys, every single one of them dips except for 2. So 4 out of the 6 dip. One is not 21, so he can't, and the other one just doesn't do it. And so, like, I feel like when I get to the shop, and if I don't have a dip in, and then I see one of them put a dip in, I'm like, it's dip 30, dude. Like, it's time to do it. So I do like I get like the influential part of it, but there's also like way more things that play into the factor of like either you starting or you increasing your level based off your surroundings or an emotion or a stage of your life that you're in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're tending to be like more depressed, you're probably going to dip more or use nicotine in a whole more. Or if you've got anxiety for a test that day or a job interview or whatever, right? You probably your nicotine level is probably going to be increased that day. Or if you go to work and 60% of the people you work with that you surround yourself with because you have to be there are nicotine users, you're probably going to do it more.
Right.
I mean, is that an accurate statement that you would? I mean, just based off of like,
yeah.
I'm oil field. You're in CNC. Jeff's in concrete. Like we're all blue collared to an extent, and I feel like the blue collar industry is like, it's not like you're not cool if you don't do it, but it's like very welcomed.
Well, yeah, because I think if you did it with like that's something that they could probably actually test out a theory on. They could probably do that with like tobacco, but they could also do it with like someone with like working out. Like you work with people that just they are obsessed with health and fitness. I bet if you worked around an environment where people are like, man, we go to the gym every night after work, like you should hit us up or whatever. I bet eventually you'll get yourself into a gym routine and start doing the same thing as those people if you start working with them because it's something that they do and that you're a part of.
We are creatures of habit, bro. That's literally what we do. What you surround yourself with is what you become. Like, and I will fight that till I'm blue in the face if anybody disagrees with that. Because one, yeah, I mean, I get it, dude. There's willpower, right? Like, if everybody's doing drugs at work, am I going to do drugs? No, because I have morals and values, right? But if there's something that you're interested in or already doing, and somebody else is doing it around you, you're going to do it more often.
Yeah, well, especially when it's legal, like you were saying, drugs. Like we know that's illegal, so like we're obviously not wanting to test the the waters with the law. But tobacco is not illegal, so it's like, all right, yeah, like this ain't so bad. Like, yeah, it's got some downsides and with health effects and stuff in the long run. But everybody has that thought, like that would never happen to me.
Right.
That can't be me. Nah, I'll only do it for a little bit now. And now I'm sitting here doing the first time I did tobacco was in high school. And it's funny that you mentioned like Camels and Cool cigarettes is actually the first cigarette I ever smoked was a Cool Mint. Oh, getting back on the mint, but I remember
we just need to send you a bunch of peppermints and you'll be all right.
Yeah, dude, I know what to get you for Christmas. Merry Christmas, brother. Just a bunch of mints.
just 32 flavors of mint.
Yeah.
And Jeff's set for life.
Be like, yeah, dude, I was thinking about you, homie, so I got you this.
I'll go donate it to Goodwill.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's the first time I still remember it to this day. It's engraved in my brain. I don't know why. I was tobacco free at the start of the Marine Corps. And then when we went to MCT, I got the news about my dad having cancer and I was like devastated. And I was like, dude, I looked at all my libo buddies. I was like, I got to go to the PX. And they're like, what do you need? We just went there. I'm like, I'm going to buy a pack of Marlboro Reds because that sounds like the heaviest hard-hitting cigarette there is right now. And I did. I bought a pack of Marlboro Reds and I smoked all day. And I remember my throat just feeling like it was eroding away. I'm like, God, I don't know how people do this. Dude, it was gnarly, man. And then after that, never stopped until a couple years ago.
You know, one thing that really helped me out, man, was dude, it's just the after smell that people have when they smoke a cigarette,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, gosh, man, dude, I'd almost rather you not even shower today, man, because it's so bad. Like, and you can smell it from a mile away. So I mean, it's funny that I would I would smoke a cigarette on my way to school, right? When I was in high school, put it out right before I would literally flick that sucker out my window as I'm pulling in the school parking lot, right?
The tires hit the pavement, and Jeff's like, yeah, I'm done.
There's no way those teachers didn't know. I had one teacher that was like, man, you smoked this morning? And I was like, nah, my dad smokes. And I walked in.
And blame it on somebody else.
Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. They just smell like a hot cigarette, right? And so, like, when I quit, I literally was just like, man, that smells so bad that I'm glad I don't smell like that anymore. And so I was just thinking about it as you guys were talking about work and things like, yeah, man, everybody at my work uses tobacco, man. Everybody. There's one other guy, I think, that doesn't either smoke a vape or chew or smoke a cigarette, whatever. But there's one guy in particular, man. And if he listens to this, he'll know who I'm talking about. But he smokes those Views Pod things, right? Those ones that Jordan, we were on those for a while, you know?
Yeah.
And that, dude, I hardly see that guy all day, dude. He's like this. Got that sucker in his mouth all day, smoking that thing.
Just ready to hit it whenever.
Dude, when at a moment's notice he's ripping sucker, right?
He's got that tactical dude, condition one,
because you know they have that little rib on them. You know, you just put them behind your teeth, right? And I'm like, man, and so like when I look at people like that, which he's a great guy, man, but like when I look at people like him, and I'm just like, it makes me thankful for my situation where I'm like, man, dude, I am so glad I'm not that, you know, like that I don't have it to that point anymore. Where, dude, I literally have that sucker hanging on my lip. I need it so bad, right? Like, no, man, like, dude, if it's to that point, that alone should give you some drive to be like, dude, if I have to get up in the morning and supplement my body with nicotine before I brush my teeth, man, there's a problem.
Oh,
dude.
no. Yeah, no.
And it used to be like that, dude.
I got a coffee or something before I do that.
Dude, like, you know, dude, I'd get up from the, like, I mean, I guess it followed me for a long time, man. But, you know, just the first thing you do, get up in the morning, you know, and straight outside to go smoke a cigarette. Like, dude. And so then that's the first thing you start your morning with is just literally that smell in your mouth, you know? And then it'd move into the coffee, right? Then you drink the coffee. Then you got to have another cigarette with the coffee, right? Or like I was getting real nasty with it, right? Where I'd put a chew in and then I'd just like get the first couple big spits out, you know? And then I would start drinking coffee, right? So I'm just like, man, that's some odd tasting creamer, you know? And it's like, duh, dude, that's freaking Copenhagen coming down my freaking throat, you know? Like, dude, it's gross. And it's like, dude, when you think about something like that, like a vice, right? That has you gripped so tight that it's like, listen, buddy,
controls you.
You're going to need me for the rest of your life, you know? And no matter what you do or say, I'm always going to have a hold of you, you know? It's like, it doesn't matter, man. Like to this day, like I still want it, you know, still.
Yeah.
So it's like, one thing too, that is crazy when you quit is your sense of smell heightens. Like now that I don't smoke cigarettes and I just do vape and I have my Zins, dude, I smell the people coming in from smoking and I'm like, you reek, dude.
Yeah.
Then I start thinking like, all the years that I smoked, smoked, did I smell like this? And not only that, but like you think about it when we were in the service, like we had to put our cigarette butts in our freaking cargo pockets because we couldn't just throw them on the ground and there wasn't always a butt can.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would put that in my cargo pocket and then I'd be like, I get home sometimes, I'd be like, God, what is that skunky smell? Like, why do I smell so bad? And then I'd look in my cargo pocket and I've got like 6 Marlboro Red butts and I'm like, oh God. Dude, it's crazy, man. When
Dude,
you quit that
so
stuff, like
disgusting, man.
It's nasty. It's disgusting. And not even that, but like, did any of you guys have the mud jugs when they came out for dipping?
Those were, I literally saw those and I was like, that's freaking disgusting to spit in that,
Dude.
wash it out, and then use it again. That's disgusting.
The reason I got it is because I didn't always have them
on this planet.
Was a mud jug?
Dude, you're talking about like I don't even know how to explain it, man.
Jeff is getting excited right now.
Dude, when you're driving and you have one of them suckers, I'm trying to find something that like looks like it, like this right here. Like you got an opening that dang wide you can spit in, while you're driving. Oh, dude, that was a heaven send, bro.
See,
those things are awesome.
I don't know. Like it was the concept of like, I'm gonna spit in this, and then I gotta look at my spit after I clean this sucker out, and I can't just toss it.
I mean,
that was like enough for me to be like,
$7 every time. Dude, they were like $7.
Surprisingly, yeah, it surprisingly wasn't as bad as you think it would be. Now, there is one downside to a mud jug, and that is never ever leave that bitch in your car on a hot day.
Reek.
Yeah,
dude.
A water bottle with dip spit in it is gonna stink.
I know, dude, but a water bottle's contained. A mud jug has a hole in it, so that thing is like basically an essential oil of dip spit for your car. And I remember coming in sometimes, and I'd forget it before we go to the field or at work or something like that, and I'd go back in, and that thing was rancid.
You just open your door gagging, bro.
Dude, I had to put it in the bed of my truck because I couldn't drive home. I was like, this thing is beyond gnarly right now. Beyond.
Dude.
And I got home and I'm like, I didn't even want to open it and clean it out. It smelled that bad.
Dude, those spitters like for some reason the mud jug wasn't bad to me, man. But like water bottle spitters or Gatorade, dude, one-time use, man. Like I would never like I would see guys that would like flick their chew out and put it in the bottle, and I'm like, dude, that's a recipe, man, or like there were guys that would like fill like a water bottle with sunflower seeds, right? They'd spit it and then they'd spit their dip spit in it, And you're just like, dude, that has got to be the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, man. Just like a soggy sunflower seed shell and like,
oh yeah,
chew grit.
I remember
and spit all in the same bottle. I was like, that probably smells wild.
Do you remember when we were on ship? And we had to, obviously, we had a spit bottle, but we had to tape it up. We had to tape it with black tape.
So because they didn't want people to see that. Yeah.
Couldn't see it or whatever. It had to be whatever. I still to this day don't understand why we did that. Like, I get it, but I also don't. It's like everybody knows what we're doing with these bottles. Like, it's not my water bottle. Like, But do you remember when them things got full and you had like a good spit bottle where you're like, dude, this thing is legit.
It's my spitter, yeah.
It's my spitter. And we would just go to the toilet and just dunk and squeeze that thing out and get all the chaw.
I don't remember that because I will not reuse a spitter, dude.
Oh, I did, dude. I did 100%. I am man enough to admit it. I did it. Only because when we're on ship, it was hard enough to get a bottle because they were small.
Daily use.
Dude, no, I got the big, like, I brought a big-ass Gatorade bottle with me on ship, and I drank all the Gatorade, and I used that as my spitter. So when that thing filled up, time to dump her out and wash her out, bro.
You're gross, dude. You're so gross.
I'm just saying.
You're so gross, bro. Dude, I will find another. I'll go spend $2.89 on a Gatorade bottle to get a new spitter,
dude,
bro.
I also just didn't like walking around on ship because it took forever to get to somewhere. I didn't want to go wait in line at the dang store to go buy a bottle, and I wasn't gonna go ask the cooks or anything. I was just like, man, I'm just gonna make do with what I got.
Dude, what do you guys do when you walk around in like Walmart and you have a chew in and you have to spit? What do you do?
No comment.
Dude, I hate to say it, but
You already know what you're thinking, and I know what you're thinking, and I am 100% guilty of that, bro. And it's a corner.
I feel like there is a story here that needs to be told because I don't even know this.
No, there's no story, dude. It's just
backstory. Like, it's just we're on the same wavelength right now,
dude.
I literally just did this like 2 days ago at Home Depot.
I wouldn't even find a corner, man. Like I'm just. I
used to spit in a corner, just randomly find a corner and spit in it.
No, I wouldn't even do that, dude.
Jeff's saying he'd just spit on the floor, bro.
I'd push the cart, right? And then if I had to spit, like if I had a freaking lip in, I would just push the cart forward a little bit, and I'd just look down, and I'd just spit right on the floor, and then I'd get my boot and I'd wipe it right over the spit, dude, and I would just keep walking, dude, and I'd just get out of that aisle, you know. And I thought I was just being so discreet, you know. But that's all I did. I just
fucking gross.
Dude, I've got to the point where like I'll gut it at least 2 times, and then after that I'm like, all right, dude, if I'm not out of this store in 5 minutes, it's about to be bad.
That's why, dude. Now I don't even throw like
carpet,
Zins I can gut, but if I put in a regular long cut, I'm not walking into a store because I know I'm gonna have to spit, and if I don't have a spitter, it ain't happening. Dude, I had a feeling you were about to say, yeah, just spit on the floor, just swipe my work boot over it. It just soaks it up.
No, you just
that poor
spread it
Walmart
out.
or Home Depot employees probably like, dude, someone keeps spitting dip on the floor.
So every time this guy comes in with glasses, bro, we gotta clean up dips.
Yeah, man. God,
dude, that was a
there's always a brown
life,
streak down this aisle, and I can't figure out why. I mop it every day, yet it comes back all the dang time. Like, why?
Well, Jordan said, I can get it for a while, but then there's just it gets to that point, man, where you're just like, no, man. Like, if I gut one more time, like,
it's coming up, dude.
Chaw, dude, everywhere, dude. Like, and so at that point, I'm just like, all right, the floor it is, you know. And then I would just look down. Surprisingly, I don't think anybody ever noticed, man. It was like I used to walk around with those.
You say that those cameras everywhere.
They probably got like
those like
they've got they got tapes on you, dude. They got enough to take you to court.
Yeah,
they're like, we know you, Dave. We know where you live. This guy comes in and dips.
No,
you're done, buddy. You're banned lifetime from Home Depot. Like Tony Stewart would be ashamed of you right now. Oh my god.
Like I'd sit there and like rip a vape in Walmart too. Like no shame, dude. Like at all.
Yeah, I'll do that. I don't give a damn.
I don't know. That's like more socially acceptable
nowadays. Yeah, because
I'll
like just rip that thing, and even if I just put it in the shirt, you know, that's what I would do. And people don't, like.
Yo, dude, your shirt's smoking.
You're
Yo, you're on. Yeah, you might want to go to the bathroom and wash yourself down. You're
musty as shit.
It's not that damn humidity outside that'll get you.
At least he said Walmart, bro. Not like some high class bitch.
Yeah, there was a couple
I went
victims,
to a Hy-Vee and just spit in the produce section.
No, like I was saying, if it was a store that had like carpet too, dude, it's a wrap, bud. You don't even got to spread it in there, dude. Soaks right in.
So great.
What place still has carpet? I gotta know that. I haven't seen. I haven't seen a place with carpet for like 10 years. Where are you shopping, Jeff? You shopping at some like thrift store mom and pop shop? They're running out of their house. Like, what's going on here, dude?
Hey, Jordan, Academy has carpet by the clothes.
Oh yeah, it does have carpet. He's right.
Oh yeah, I suppose it did when we went into the clothing section there.
It does have a carpet. Yeah, you are correct there.
All right,
I've been like in that situation where I was like, oh, I'm just going in and getting out, and then I'm like, oh man, I gotta gut it. And so I gut it, and then I'm walking around again, and I see something, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta gut it again. And then I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing this anymore. And I'm headed straight to the checkout, and my mouth is like full, bro, because I'm holding that in. And the freaking and they're like, talk to me.
Would you like to donate to the Children's Hospital?
How much?
Kind of gagged a little bit there, dude.
There's like gallons sitting on the floor somewhere, bro.
Oh, I kind of gagged a little bit because that brings back some rough memories.
Man. I say that because I was literally just at the dollar store, bro, in that predicament where I was like, oh, dude, I need to go and get like some paper towels or something. And then I like screwed around. Like the cash lady's like, oh, how's your day? And I'm just like, oh,
it was good.
Could you imagine being the person walking in the store as you're walking out, just letting that thing go, dude? Just like just picture that, like you're getting ready to walk in a store, dude, and you have somebody walking out and just
it's just like, what the fuck was that?
Oh my god, dude! Like, man, someone's probably thinking you're getting sick or something. Like you've been chewing disease. That dude's been chewing way too much beach nut. Holy crap! Especially during COVID, dude, they'd be like, "Oh my god!"
Shit stank like long. There were several times I forgot I had a mask on. Just like, oh, man.
Bro, I'm crying right now. Oh my god, I couldn't even imagine this. You just see this white mask turn brown because you're like, oh fuck. Oh god,
Can you
dude,
imagine somebody just during
gosh.
COVID, man, just chewing, but they have their mask on, but then they cut a little hole in their mask to spit out of, and then there's just like brown stains all around the corner of it. There's just brown chew stain all around the hole, and you're just like, whoa, man, that would be weird.
Oh man, I'll wrap it up with this, but dude, there was one time this has happened to me. It's never happened to me ever again in my life. Ever again. We were in Afghanistan. We were heading home. And we were pre-staged on the other night to go home. And it's me, Goodwin, and I can't remember who else was next to us, but we all like decided, hey, let's take a nap.
Oh,
I've
heard the story.
Actually, you were next to me, bro. It was Henderson, you, and Goodwin.
No,
and I'm drinking my water bottle, and dude, I've got it like this, bro, like that. And I wake up from this nap, and I'm just parched as shit, bro. I'm like, damn, I need water. Dude, I reached over, grabbed my spitter, whack, and I went straight out and threw up everywhere. And that's the only time I've ever got that mistaken. Lesson learned.
Dude, I've been thankful enough that I haven't done that. Dude, it was bad, dude.
It wasn't, dude. It wasn't even like the taste or the smell, bro. It was like the texture that hit my mouth all at once.
Do you guys remember that time that we were playing Call of Duty and Olivia drank my spitter? Do you guys remember that?
Wait, your daughter? Your daughter drank your dip spit?
All you heard. No.
Dude,
dude, what the hell just happened, bro?
Dude, I was not allowed with my daughter alone for like 6 months after that. Dude.
I remember that. You know what? I'm remembering that now because you're like, yeah, dude, I'm in hot water with my wife, dude, because our daughter got a hold of one of my spit bottles, and I am not allowed to do that anymore.
This was when he was back in his apartment where his Honda Ridgeline got fucking stolen, man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, I forgot that got stolen, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
Oh yeah,
I remember that, man. Yeah.
That seems like so long ago. Holy crap.
Dude, it was 2019.
Yeah, dude. Time flies, man, when you get out. The days blur together, man.
Yeah, no, it's actually crazy.
It's like you know, like right now, dude, like Monday through Friday, the days just go by super slow and the weekends are so fast, but man.
Dude, I'm just gonna be thinking about that. I'm gonna be thinking about that for
think about somebody spitting going on.
Dude, I mean, could you imagine just somebody like coming out with just the mouth? You know, the bottom of your mouth is full, right? And so they're already, dude. Throat is already just drier than it could be, man. And like just coming out and like just getting that one just heaving spit out straight into a dry heave, right? Just letting that thing fly, dude. And I would just stand there and just look and be like, "Oh, dude, just
I'm not going in that store.
Let it out, bud. Just get that demon out of there, dude. Like, let it out."
Yeah, the funny part is what they say afterwards. They'll be like, "God damn, I was holding that sumbitch in for like 15 minutes."
Have you guys seen that, like, that one word, that gat? Gat? Yeah, that'd be the only thing I would say, gat, and I just walk my ass in the store and just tell my wife, "Babe, did you see that guy? My goodness."
Yeah, I used to actually.
Yeah. Dude, he was probably standing in line for like a good 34 minutes. Like,
for that guy's situation. Check that lady.
That guy was fighting some demons, dude, in his mouth. Yeah. It was not good. That guy put a fresh pinch in before he went in, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That thing's all used up now.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh, my God, dude.
That alone just seals it, man. That's why I just don't go back, man, for situations like that.
So many bad situations.
Dude, there was times, man, I swear, dude, real quick, bro, I swear I would like just like I'd be driving home and I'd just put like a fresh one in, right? And so I'm like, all right, I got like a good 30 minutes on the way home. And well, no, I would have a spitter, and I would be like, all right, I got a good 30 minutes, man, just to drive home, enjoy this chew, this and that, and then like my wife would call me and would be like, "Hey, I need you to stop at the store," and I'm like, "Oh, dude, like,
shit, I just put this."
but I had learned though through the years, like, all right, man, like, is it worth?
Are you a console store?
Huh?
Are you a center console store? You put that lip out on your center console and put it back in when you got back in the truck.
No, dude, no.
I'm guilty of that, dude.
I started weighing out the options,
recycle
man.
dip is a real thing, bro.
There's I'd pay to buy a new can. If it was my last dip in the can, as the minute I walk in that store, flicking that sucker out, man, like in the parking lot, dude. Like, being in the stores anymore, man. Like, I just throughout the years of just doing it, man, it's just like you just learn what battles you're gonna fight, man, and that was one I'm not willing to fight anymore, dude. Like, because I've been there, dude, like 100%. Trying to like looking around like the fitting room, like where can I spit this out at, like just dude, I'm not that guy walking out of the door.
Bucket in here,
dude, I'm not that guy, dude. Like, I'd sneak behind a cash registers, and because they got a little trash can right there, and I just like pull up, spit down, Yeah, and dude, as a chewer, or not chewer anymore, but as a chewer when I was, man, you just had to make some decisions, man. Like, what's the worst somebody's gonna do to you, right? Little trash can right there.
Yeah, get your ass out there.
Then you walk out like, I'm gonna spit in your parking lot, then, boy. Flick that sucker out.
Normally I throw this in your trash can, but that thing's gonna get dried up on your parking lot.
Right. Man. Yeah, no respect.
Big old honking lip of. Oh, that's wild, dude. Oh my God. Dude, that's the hardest. Dude, I'm not gonna be able to get that out of my head, dude. Of like coming out of a store and just seeing this dude like, dude, this Jeff,
dude. Like, yeah. I can't, dude. The thing is, if that happens to me, dude, in real life, man, I'm just gonna crumble right there where I'm standing, dude. Like if I'm walking into the grocery store tomorrow,
you gotta get it. You gotta get that dude on the interview ASAP, bro.
Yeah.
Go do it, man. The last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
man. I'm not gonna lie. I was sweating, dude. It was
man.
like trying to find a bathroom when you gotta go, dude. It got bad.
Dude, yeah, it'll be like, I'll hit you guys up tomorrow after church, man, and just be like, hey, you need to get on for 15 minutes. I got the guy. I got him.
We found him, bro.
We got him. He was at Ace Hardware. We found him.
Just ask him, like, hey, man, me and my buddy started a podcast. How you feel about being a guest spot? And be like, why, dude? I don't even know you. Be like, yo, dude, I know exactly what you just went through, and we got a support group going on right now, and we'll be there for you, bud. Oh, that's so funny, dude.
Man, classic.
It's been real, boys.
Yeah, it's been real.
Yeah, that's an hour, man.
Yeah, that's a wrap, dude. Well, we can anything to close out with?
I guess some people, they give good advice before we leave. So I guess we'll start with Jeff. Jeff, what's one piece of good advice you'd give to somebody?
If you're on the fence about quitting nicotine, just do it, man. Like it sucks, dude. It really does, but it's worth it, man. Because I used to struggle with like the shortness of breath and just always thirsty, man. That was the worst. Always thirsty. And I was never drinking water either, So now I just supplement that every time I want to chew. Just drink water. I hydrate.
I put sand in my lip. It's much healthier.
Yeah.
It's more organic.
No, dude, it is. Man, I don't know, man. It's tough, but it's worth it. I actually do have a piece of this. This is like what helped me quit, man, was I was sitting with my kids one day, right? And I was looking at my kids, and I was like, man, what is, dude, because I used to like hit that little vape, right? I'd be sitting on the couch next to my daughter and I'd like hit that little vape and like blow it into the pillow or whatever, just kind of low key, like, because I didn't want to blow it around. And I was like, man, I don't want to like grow up and have my kids grow up and like, oh yeah, my daddy smoked and drank and you just, and just, like you've heard guys say that, like, oh yeah, no, when I was growing up, my dad, was a drinker and smoker and beat the hell out of my mom, like, and you're just like, dude, that's not gonna be me, man. And so I realized too, I was like, I really want to maximize the time that I have here on this earth, to spend with my kids and then grandkids and hopefully another generation past that. So I wasn't prolonging like my legacy at all on this earth by like partaking in those things, and because we all know, man, I do terrible drinking problem, man, like terrible nicotine problem, like just about tried everything I could try, I was like, all right, we're done, like I'm gonna win this battle, like I'm gonna win. And like alcohol for one isn't gonna take any more days away from me, and nicotine isn't gonna keep ticks off my clock, every time I decide I need to take a chew or smoke a cigarette. It's like I want to be here with the people that I love for the duration of time, so as much as I could do to maximize that, I will do it. And so that was one driving force to me quitting pretty much everything.
Right on.
Well done.
All right, Jordan, hit us with some knowledge.
Well, I'm just going to start by saying that for sure Jeff was going to say, don't ever go into the store with a dip in your mouth. I for sure 100% thought that was coming out of his mouth.
And if you do, just make sure I'm the guy standing outside so I can cheer you on.
Yeah, just give me 5 seconds to pull my phone out and so I can record this and it can go viral.
Let that demon out, boy. Let him out.
No, I will say, like after, we stayed on one topic, but kind of ventured out a little bit. I don't know, man. I've stopped. I've started. I don't want to say that I don't have the cojones to quit. I just don't have the will. So if you do have the will, put it down. You don't need it, but I understand if you do.
You have to want it too. You have to want to be quit or want to be done.
Yeah.
I guess mine's not really like tobacco related, if you will, but my thing is count your victories, not your losses. So anytime that you do something and you change, so like, hey, you could put it, I guess, with tobacco, like, man, I used to do a full can a day. Be like, I'm going to cut back to half today. And then you do it and then you stop. Like, that's a victory. That's a victory right there. Or, I instead of smoking a full pack of cigarettes, I'm going to tempt myself to only smoke 5, and I'm going to leave my cigarettes in my vehicle. So I only smoke when I'm on break. And I'm only going to have like 1 or 2 on break. That's a victory right there. Applies to everything in life. Count your victories, not your losses. Boom.
Amen.
Well done. Well done. All right, boys. Same time next week.
Same time.
All right. Y'all stay frosty.